Hello everyone, we are here to explain about the Celtic kingdoms.
The Celtic kingdoms of Wales, Ireland, and Scotland represent a rich tapestry of history, distinctly separate from English narratives.
While England historically held significant power over the British Isles, the identities and experience of the Welsh, Irish, and Scots stem from their unique cultures, beliefs, and societal structures that have evolved over the centuries. So this is a photo of the flags of each country. There is Wales, Ireland, and Scotland. Next is explanation about Wales. In the 8th century, the Celtic people were driven into the Wales Peninsula and separated from England by Ovesdyke, built in 779 AD. They called themselves Cymri and lived in narrow valleys due to the region's poor and mountainous terrain.
Life was harsh and full of conflict, with a family-based society led by tribal chiefs between 949 and 1066. As many as 1305 Welsh kings met brutal death, one exception being the King of Glamorgan, who died of old age in 1043, and rare occurrence. In 1039, Grupi P. Llewellyn became the first High King to unite all of Wales, but he was killed by fellow Cymri while fighting against the section.
After his death, Wales king could only rule if they swore allegiance to the English king, Edward the Confessor. Thus, Wales' unity and independence soon came to an end. Next is Ireland. Ireland was never colonized by the Romans of the Anglo-Saxons, and it became known as the land of monasteries with a strong Celtic cultures. 5 kingdoms were formed: Ulster, Munster, Leinster, Connaught, and Tara, the seat of the High King. Christianity arrived around 430 AD, brought by Patrick, a former English slave who later became Ireland's patron saint. This marked the beginning of a golden age during which monasteries flourished and culture thrived. However, in the 8th century, Viking raids on monasteries forced in Irish to unite.
In 859, the first High King was elected. To real centralist power only emerged under Brian Boru 1002-1014, Ireland's greatest ruler, who sought to unite the country. He was killed in battle against the Viking. Aided by the King of Leicester in the 12th century, another King of Leinster invades the France from England, paving the way for further conquest by the England.
And next is Scotland.
Early history of Scotland. Scotland was divided into the Highlands and the Lowlands. The Highlands were dominated by clan-based associations that were strongly tied to family, whilst the Lowlands were more fertile, open, and similar to England.
There were 4 main groups: the Picts in the north and northeast, who inherited through the maternal line; the Scots, Celtic settlers from Ireland; the English in the south; and the Angles from Northumbria. In 843, the kingdoms of the Scots and Picts united. Christianity arrived around 400 AD and was further spread by St. Columba from Ireland in 563, who helped unite the Zoroastrian religion. Viking raids hit coastal areas and today settle on several islands.
They eventually accepted the authority of the Scottish king. In 934, Scotland was divided by the England and chose the sixth peace. However, the country's trade strength and the strength of the clan made central governance difficult and weak. The historical of the Celtic kingdoms reflects a long struggle against colonization, political change, and geographical challenge. Although the Celtic peoples of Scotland, Ireland, and Wales had distinct cultures and systems of governance from their defenders, they shared a common fight adapting to foreign invasion while striving to preserve their identity.
Difficult terrain and tribal-based social structure complicated efforts at unification. Yet their resilience, diplomacy, and desire to maintain independence remained defining characteristic of the Celtic nation through their history. So that's all from us. Thank you for your attention. Bye.